Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. This is Sanyukta Saxena and we are working on the Zentangle Whiteout series and a few more sessions left. So today we'll be working on another interesting string idea. I had already floated this string, given you the string idea, and it works very well as far as whiteout is concerned, right? So let's draw around this string today. So what I'm going to do is use the reference of this string and start right away with a line like this, right? And if you want, you can double line it, and then I'm straight away going to start with a tangle called feather fall. Yeah, so I will be drawing along this line. So this is a leaf like shape, not exactly leaf but a curved line, set of two curved lines forming something like a leaf, right? And I'm going to add this throughout this line and then aura these shapes, right? So that it gives me the tangle feather fall. So the auras give this tangle the look of very delicate looking feather, and that's how I think the name feather fall, although I don't know the actual story behind it, right? So I'm first just adding these shapes, curvy lines on both sides, right? So you can add simple leaf like shape, seed shape, whatever you feel like, just that giving a little more curves gives the tangle a little flowy look. Yeah, so I'm reducing the size as I move up. There is not much space there, right? So ink these sections nicely. If you don't feel like inking, you can add some orbs or something else inside it, but it looks nice to have some inked portions in a tangle. Yeah, so once we are done with that, I'm just going to straight away start auraing these sections. So I'm just mimicking the outer shape, auraing the way the lines are taking me, right? Delicate looking tangle. So aura nicely, aura closely. Take your time. Adding one aura to each so that there is some kind of a uniformity. If you wish, you can add auras to one and then move to the other, but ideally this is the way. This is a better way actually. Yeah, to aura one at a time to all. Yeah, so I am going to continue the same process. Again added the second layer. Again just mimic the outer shape and add flowing auras. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Yeah. Again the third. You can add as many. Ideally we stop when the auras start to touch each other. Till then we keep adding auras. But again, they are just suggestions, they are not rules. You can always keep the petals apart from each other. Keep the leaves apart from each other. That's okay. Adding the fourth layer. just going with the flow. Take your time. Right? So once you have added the required number of auras, as many as you wish, then we generally join these lines and add small little fescues. Right? You can also add some orbs here and there. Join these corners and add small delicate fescues. Right? Again, join these, add small delicate fescues. You can also add some orbs. You can ink those in between spaces, or you can fill it with further auras the way you like it. Yeah. So again, I'm just inserting some nice, I'm going to ink this space, or you can add some. Again, join these, insert some nice delicate fescues. Yeah, so you can add them wherever you feel like, not that it has to be added there only. Again, wherever there is space, just join these ends. Right? So we are done with that. Now let us add another tangle here and leave the center section. Right? So I'm going to make this arch a little bigger, something like this. Right? So I'm going to start with a tangle called changing. You can add whole lot of tangles. For example, tangle like Vega will also look nice here. I'm going with changing. Right? So choose a tangle that you like, that comes to you easily. You can also draw Xander. Yeah. So I've given you a few suggestions. Try it out. You can try Vega. You can try Xander. Yeah. And as far as this tangle is concerned, it is always a good idea to fill in these small little intersectices. Adds to the look of the tangle. Yeah. Now the rest of the space, it is entirely up to you. First thing, I'm just going to add a thin aura so that whatever I add outside, even if it involves inking, it does not mess with my changing. Right? So now up to us, what do we want to add? So let's see. Let's add some moons and then some moon pies, or probably some line based pattern. I'm just dividing this section and then we shall see what do we want to add. Probably I'm going to add some betweed to a few, right? So let's see. Let's start with betweed. So let's divide this section into two. And let's start with betweed. Right? So betweed is nothing but lines from two sides with a little weight at the end. Right? Take your time. Enjoy the strokes. Go slow. Don't move your hand much. Rotate your tile. Right? So this is the tangle betweed. Let us add this to a few more sections, and rest of these sections we can probably go with some other tangle also. You can always give a slight curve to the line, looks nice. Again the other side. Yeah, so I'm going to leave one section and then again do the same exercise in these two sections. One of the first few tangles for which I released a video, betweed, again Zentangle original. Featherfall is not a Zentangle original. I think it is by CZT Carol Ohl, but I'll have to check. Right, again this section. So take your time and do that exercise. So I am done with adding the betweed. The rest of the section, it is again up to you what do you want to add. So it would be a nice idea to add some line based pattern here. So I am just going with Shattuck. Again start from the other side. Draw lines at an angle to each other. The last one almost at 90 degrees. Again start from the other end. Again start drawing lines at an angle to each other. Take your time. Simple auras, purely a line based angle. Again starting from one corner, start adding auras till you reach the other corner. Again add a small moon at the other corner. Again start adding lines at an angle. The last one almost at 90 degrees. Again add a small moon. Again start adding auras. And that's how you draw the tangle Shattuck. Yeah, this section again it is up to you. So I'm just going to aura it a little so that right, and then probably add some betweed. Probably not that clearly visible, but okay. Yeah, again this section I am going to aura so that I can use the space for some other tangle. So I am closely auraing the delicate fescues. Like this, and then you can either fill up the rest of the space with tipple or something else. Let's see, probably we will add some printums. Yeah, my go-to tangle. I just look for an opportunity to put it somewhere. I really like the tangle, and I think It can be fitted anywhere. Yeah. So a little bit of rounding here and there, and then you are good to go. Just add some printums. Yeah. I'm just adding some bit of ink wherever I have very tiny spaces left. Just take your time. Enjoy the strokes. If you can think of some other tangle you are more comfortable with, please go with it. Printums are my personal favorite. So we are done with the tangling, added those printums also. Let us now move on to shading. So I'm starting with my printums only because these overlapping printums to be shaded on the overlaps. Right, and then as far as these are concerned, along the main stem, and on this line, right. Coming to our changing, always good to shade the overlaps where lines seem to be going under. Right, betweed you can shade anyway. I am going to shade the ends, highlight the center, again shattuck on both sides and on the overlaps. These are the overlaps where lines seem to be going under, and then both sides. Right, so let's shade this much and then we shall see if we want to add something else. So when you're shading these, just make sure the center remains white. Again, you can add some more at the edges. Pull it towards the center, but leave the center white. Right. Then as far as the changing, small little spaces, don't blend too much. Just use the tip. Even if you have missed a few places, what is already there on your blender, just use that. Take your time. Slowly blur the graphite. Right? So once we are done with that, moving on to our printums, just a slight touch on the intersections. Don't blend too much. That's it. We are done. Now you can use your chalk to highlight a few portions. Right? So where you have not added graphite on the feather fall, you can always add a little highlight. So the leaves pop up. So that's possible only when you have discrete white and dark sections, right? So if you add too much of gray, you will lose this opportunity to add highlights. You can add some on the shattuck. I think that's about it. We don't need anything else here. Adding a little bit of weight to the lines there and to the center line probably. Right? If you want a little bit of zen, you can use your jelly roll and add little bits of dots on these feather fall, but again that's optional. You can keep it black. Right? So take your time, look for opportunities to add extra zen to your tile. That's about it. So this white section really stands out. If you want, use your chalk, use the graphite already there on your blender to just add a little touch like this. Right? Put in your chop, sign and date it. Do take a moment to appreciate your tile, and I shall see you again with another new session. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.